Aloha, beautifuls, and welcome to Women Unleashed Online Retreat. My name is Amber Quili Marlena Benici, and today we are going to be dropping into our bodies and doing some movement. Yes! Because you know what? Sometimes you just got to get out of here and get into your body. We already live up here all the time anyway, so let's do something different today. I'm super excited about this session because, well, I've got many reasons, but one is because what we're going to be doing today, I've been doing I was calculating it, the past 17 years myself. This is like my personal practice that I get to share with you in a new way. So materials, just make sure you've got some loose fitting clothing, that you've got some water, and when we actually get into the movement, make sure that you have a clear space, that you don't have anything that you're gonna be tripping over, right? Check your cords and coffee tables, clear the space so that you can move freely. And yeah, so before we dive into that, let's take our 3 breaths, and I'm gonna introduce you to our session guide, one of my personal mentors. So first, just close your eyes for a moment, and anything that has been going on before this moment, any distractions or things from the past, let's inhale in and exhale and release. Next, noticing if there's anything pulling you ahead into the future. Let's bring our attention back to this moment. Inhale in. Exhale and release. And our last and final breath, inhaling and smelling this moment together. Inhaling in and release. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I have the distinct honor and privilege and joy to introduce to you one of my personal mentors, Debbie Rosas. So Debbie Rosas is the creator and co-founder of the global fitness and lifestyle practice Nia. She's been one of my repeats on Women Unleashed because I just adore Debbie and her work. I'm always like, what are you doing now? And then we get to co-create and heartstorm on ways to share her work. She's a true, she's a mentor to me, and also just someone when I think of women's empowerment, a woman in her power, Debbie is one of those people for me. So Nia is really based on the body's way, which is this way to live and to move and to feel good in your body. She's a visionary. She's a pioneer in the mind-body industry. She's an entrepreneur, a public personality. She's an artist as well as a presenter at health and wellness conferences. She is the author of the Nia Technique and Non-Impact Aerobics, and her work has been featured in over 800 publications, used by 65,000 people weekly in over 41 countries. Maybe you're one of those people. Taught by 2,500 instructors. And yeah, so she is making a major impact in the world. But today we get to hang out together. So Debbie, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Amber. Thanks so much for having me. You know, I was touched by the simplicity of stopping, taking in 3 deep breaths, and how quickly it is to really drop into the body by just stopping and taking 15 seconds, 30 seconds out to drop in and breathe. And in Nia, we say through movement we find health. And it's so easy to stop and to drop into the body. And we oftentimes make it so complicated. And what I want to do today is really uncomplicate it. And I know for a lot of people, the excuse is, I don't have time to exercise. I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do it. I need to get fit if I'm going to exercise. So let's just get rid of the word exercise. Let's not even talk about it. Because if the word exercise really worked, we wouldn't be an unhealthy humanity. So what is it that we really want to talk about to bring more pleasure and comfort into our lives as women? It really is pleasure. And the body will always move to what is pleasurable and comfortable. So back in 75, when I actually started moving and started really thinking about fitness as not only a profession, but also as a lifestyle. Since I didn't come from a traditional training and background, and that was the very, very beginning of the fitness industry developing itself, there were no books, there was nobody to go to. And so I went to my body. And it was very clear from the start that when I did things that felt good, my body wanted to do it again. And when I felt things that didn't feel good, my body and my psyche made up every excuse imaginable not to do it. So I realized that at the heart of everything that I was going to teach and that I was going to share with others, it had to be pleasurable. It had to feel good to the body. And from there, I just went on a journey of exploring movement and movement potential. And the gift really was that I did not have a traditional background. I didn't have to forget things in order to learn new things. I really started with an empty sensory palette. And this allowed me to use my body and to use the gift of sensing, this animalistic part of myself, use all of my senses to gauge what was healthy and what was unhealthy. And using the voice of my body, the voice of sensation, I started to discover that even the things that I thought were healthy were not. I'd fallen into the trap of saying, oh, it's not that bad, or it doesn't hurt that much. I didn't realize that in relationship with my body and listening to my body, one of the most important things that I needed to do was to respond intelligently to even the slightest subtle stir of discomfort. I came to understand that my body is just waiting for me to show up, to be in partnership with it, and to follow its lead that says, let's go down the path of pleasure and comfort, and let's do everything we can when we feel discomfort to adapt so there's more comfort and there's more pleasure. The end result of my journey took me to studying martial arts and dance arts and healing arts, and years and years and years of reading and exploration. And from 75 to about 1981, I was pretty cool with the high impact aerobic thing. And that's until I went to a martial art dojo and took off my shoes. And that changed my life. And it really did change the face of fitness, shifting everybody's idea of how we get fit into thinking about, well, what are we doing to our bodies as we want to get fit? And so while I took off my shoes and completely eliminated jumping up and down, which everyone's going to experience, the fitness industry sustained a little bit of that and kind of created something called low impact aerobics. But here's what was missing. And here's what I think is missing a lot: the sensuality, the pleasure, the comfort, the taste of sheer moving to feel good. Because I can tell you, when you move and it feels good, you'll move for 30 minutes and you don't even have to think about the fact, oh, I've got to move for 15, 20 minutes. The time flies by. The body gets stronger, and the person inside the body, well, guess what? You get wiser. You gain what I call body literacy, and that comes from sensory IQ, the wisdom of the body, and listening to that wisdom, and learning about how the body is designed to move, and using that design as a map, which is what I've done in NIA. So everything I teach you to do and everybody else to do, it comes from the exploration of looking at the human body, its design, and through its design, understanding function. There's no mistake there. Bare feet are important. When we take off our shoes, we are able to actually connect to the electrons of the earth, which help to balance out our electromagnetic field. Boy, when you want to relax a body, heal it, strengthen the immune system, and actually improve how we function, there's nothing like bare feet. So there's a lot of things I had to let go of, a lot of beliefs, a lot of attitudes that I really thought were the way. And I came to discover by listening to my body and by studying more esoteric methods and approaches to movement, healing, even healing methods, that there was another way to move. And that this new way of moving, when it combines comfort and pleasure, and when it blends linear movement and circular movement, fluid movement, fast movement, slow movement, when it includes emotion and voice, now we're talking. Now we're really delivering a holistic experience where not only does someone physically get strong, but the mind is also stimulated. I like to say in NEA, we actually grow our brain because we're constantly feeding ourselves with novel and fascinating and new, unfamiliar experiences. And that's how we grow our brain and keep ourselves very, very healthy mentally. And then add to this that NEA, for me, it had to make room for emotion. It had to make room for me to really go inside and feel what I was feeling. And sometimes that was sadness on a day, and other times it was great joy. But I knew that if that's what I was feeling, I had to bring that, I had to make space for that in the movement itself. And then there was the spirit. The fact that when I just look around the universe and I see the uniqueness of every human being, I said to myself, how could I possibly create a movement practice where I tell everybody to move in exactly the same way, do it exactly this way at this speed? It's impossible. And therefore, moving in your own body's way and teaching in a way that gives people time and space to explore their own movement became part of the scientific methodology and also the philosophy of NEA. And that philosophy is based on the fact that there is not one way. We are all unique. And part of self-love is really accepting your uniqueness and seeing that uniqueness and accompanying that uniqueness, no matter what your size, no matter what your shape, and no matter what your age. The body loves to move. And we can drink a glass of water and we'll have to go to the bathroom and pee it right out. But I'll tell you this, you drink a glass of water and you begin to move, and that water that you take in, and we're mostly liquid in space, that water you take in, it gets utilized in your body. And if there's one thing that a woman wants to keep alive in her body, it is that feminine, fluid, slip, slide aliveness of being wet and wild inside. And truthfully, every human body needs to remain wet and hydrated, not dry and brittle. So all of this said, how do we bring movement into our life, not exercise? Well, first of all, I think it's really, really important to get up and down from the floor at least 2 or 3 times a day. So sometimes you'll find me sitting on the floor reading a book or taking a break in the morning, getting down on the floor and drinking my coffee. It's grounding, and again, it also helps to bring one in contact with the electrons and helps balance out the energy field that we are a part of. And then finding time, the time that's right for you when you like to work out. Some people are morning people, some people are afternoon, some people are evening. That's really important as well. And then time. Think about time. I think a lot of people think, wow, if I don't have an hour, I can't move, or even if I don't have 30 minutes or 15 minutes. But I'm here to tell you that if you only have 1 minute to move, and you put on a piece of music and dance for 1 minute, you're going to feel better and more vital. 2 minutes. So if you're just beginning, I say start with 1 minute and add 30 seconds every single day. Or if you start with 1 minute and your body says, let's keep dancing, keep dancing. And then, the last thing is, like you mentioned, how I'm your mentor. Find a resource, a mentor. This can be someone to work with one-on-one. And it could also be what everybody's going to experience today, and that is one of the NIA workouts that is on the NIA TV. And the reason that it's important to receive is you'll learn, and you'll also be in that place of, I don't have to do it by myself. I'm going to receive this. And that's a really nourishing experience, to unleash the control of I've got to do it by myself, and to get in that place of I'm going to dance with Debbie today, or I'm going to dance with Amber today. And there's such a great resource online that honestly nowadays there's like no excuse to not receive support and help to bring movement into your everyday life.
I love it. I'm so excited to get moving. When you were speaking, there were a couple pieces that I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like the one about the pleasure, like my background, I've been teaching Mia for years, 15 years, but my background was I was a triathlete. And I was like, the work hard, I got to work hard. And I hit my wall and I'm like, I am done working hard. And I was invited to a NIA class. And my first class, I remember being like, oh my gosh, what is this? And it was like 60 minutes went by so fast because I was actually moving with pleasure and joy. And it was like such a different relationship than that of like working hard or trying to like beat my body into submission, as opposed to just like really being in my body. So that one class really just changed the direction of my life, really, because I look at my pleasure in lots of areas now. That's one piece. And the second piece was you're speaking about everyone's body's way. Everyone has their own unique movement, way to move. And so I want to invite you, when we go into our movement practice, our experience is anyone can do this, right? That I've had students 90 years old taking my classes. I've had students with cancer sitting in chairs, just moving a little bit that they're able. I've had triathletes in my classes. So you like full giant permission slip to move your body's way.
And also to move for 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. The experience that I'm providing is a full class experience. But just know that you can start and you can stop it and you come back to it. It's all about finding what works for you. And, I say movement should be like a fine glass of wine. Take a sip, just let it move through you, and feel free to walk away and come back again a little bit later, or experience the whole dance of NIA with me.
All right, let's dive in.
Hi, my name is Debbie Rosas, and I'm the co-founder and creator of the NIA technique. The routine Grateful has a focus that is multidimensional. It has to do with the core, but we focus on the eyes, which will connect you to the top. And then we focus on the sensation of the core and the chest and the rib cage. And that's going to come from you personalizing the movement and dancing the movement. There is the form, but it's the freedom within the form that will connect you to what we call the promise of NIA. And that is an extraordinary experience of moving in your body, your body's way. Let's begin. Let's step in. Breath in. A glowing flash. Breath out. Now look to the earth with me. Fly. Yeah, easy undulation up. And step a little bit wider. Open stance. Breath in. To the sky, the eyes. To the front. To the earth. And undulate, get a little of the rib cage in. Let's take it into an A stance. Breath in. Breath out, web space between all fingers. They're long to the earth with our eyes. And a little bit wider. Sumo stance. Eyes to the sky. And eyes through that windshield. Eyes to the earth. And left ball of the foot, eyes sky. Here we go. Breath in. And now eyes down. And let the eyes circle. Circle. Use those hands. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Ball of that right foot. Eyes to the sky. And slow-mo. Eyes to the earth. That's a fold. Eyes. Circle. And now undulation. Let your eyes just move. Move. There's a fleeting sensation. The eye can watch the wrist, the hand, the elbow, and into an A stance. We watch those hands to the sky, to the earth. Undulate slow-mo. Get some ribs.
And hearts beyond compare.
Now let's do it again. Web space. Spread those fingers to the sky.
Infinity.
To the earth. Take it to your low plane. Comfort. Undulate.
And one is everywhere.
Heal. Heal. Now let that hand and the breath create rotation. This is a squish walk. Right heel, left heel. We can speed it up if we want. Squish. Let the elbow come across the body. Sometimes look up. Sometimes look front. Yeah. Sometimes look to the earth. Now let's bring it into a duck walk. Yeah, give me those eyes. And the head says yes. Yes, 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 yes. And I think we can speed that up a little bit. Duck, 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 duck. Now whole foot. Rumble. Yeah, give me those hands. Give me those eyes. 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 Speed it up. Yeah, whole foot. And give me that fist. Ha, 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 ha. We can play with those. Feet in, close stance. Open. Hip width apart. A stance. Slow it down. Sumo, watch those hands. To the earth. To self, to the sky. Excellent. Take that breath in. Give me that hand. Left foot. Stay with me. Let's take it on the right. Up one. Up two. Shoulder. Elbow, wrist. Ooh, so good. Look at it. Watch that hand. We have it up, up. Now we can bring that across the body. Up, out, up. Here comes across. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. Nice variation on the theme. Wrist, elbow, get ready. Left foot, step back with me. Wrist, elbow, and what's up? You got it. Undulate with me. Right foot back. We have our wrists, they play. Sink and rise. Elbows, they play. Weight shift, and we have it from the pelvis, from the chest, and from the head. and wrist, elbow. What happens if we bring the shoulders? Give me the shoulders. Now whole body. Right foot back, we have wrist, elbow, shoulders, and now what's up? Look high, step back, look lower, the wrist, look front with me, engage those eyes, rib cage and the shoulders, rib, what's up? And deeper yet. More ribs. More shoulders. And push off. Head says yes. And shoulder. Wrist. Elbow. We've got to push. And wrist. Elbow. We've got shoulders. I think we can add a kick for variety. We can make a shift. Elbow. Shoulders. And kick for variety. And wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. Kick. I think we can add an undulation right now. Yeah, do you think? Right foot, wrist, elbow, shoulder, kick, front kick. What's up? Take that what's up around with me. And left foot around with me. Up, up. Yeah, look up, just the size. Watch those hands. You choose where. There, 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 there. Give me a walk. Ooh, I like it. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love it. Uh-huh. How much do you like it? I love it. I love it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ooh la la, that's what I like. Here we go. Ha. Exhale, the ocean. Exhale, sink into the ocean. Exhale, sink into the ocean. Catch the sky.
Time you see the love you give is killing me.
Oh,
and I wanna live. This
Ha.
isn't right.
Catch
Set your
it.
soul for life.
Catch it, weave it.
So I'll turn
Ha.
left to
Ha.
myself.
Ha, weave it.
Better someone else, but I
Look at it.
when an angel's on my right.
Left, here we go. Front and two. Wait, hold my hand.
Took me right back down to hell.
Right.
I have an angel
Look
on
at
my
that
shoulder,
angel.
devil
Where?
in my head.
There. Left, watch it.
You held my hand.
Where? Right there.
Right back down to hell.
Right.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Oh, left.
Won't you go? No means no.
What? No means no.
It's like a one-man show. You're a night attack. You turn the lights black.
No means no. Let me hear it.
So I
Ha.
turn left.
Yes. 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 No. Yes. Yes.
Angels on the right.
Yes. Right behind.
You held
Other hand. Rear. Hold my hand. Right here.
me
Right back.
down to hell.
Left.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Use those eyes. Let me see it. Show it to me. I love it. Right back.
Down to hell.
Level 1 easy.
An angel on my
Ah.
shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Oh. Oh, beautiful lady.
Walk with me,
Stretch it, shake.
come with me, beautiful lady,
Beautiful lady.
beautiful lady.
Ah.
Will you come and save
See
me?
it, see it, see it. Use those eyes.
Come to me,
Come to
back here, walk with me, come back here. Will you
One.
hold my hand?
Hold my hand. Where? There.
Right back down to
Come on, grab it.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a
Grab
devil
it. Where?
in my head.
There, 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 there. Where?
You held my hand,
Where? Right.
took me
There, there.
down to hell. I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Hands to the sky. To the sky. To you.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a
To the
smile, you're my
sky.
guest, you're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love, you're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug, you're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun, you're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter, you're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father, you're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround, I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the cloud, you're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow,
Watch those
you're the
hands.
strength when I'm hollow, you're the path
To the heart.
you're the blessings that exist, the small things that
Now
I
open
miss,
up
the gift to
the sky with me.
that I am, all that I see,
Take that thigh in.
all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is
It's a blessing. It's so amazing.
and I'm
Grateful for it all. For it all. Na na na. Na 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 na. Easy step. Let's return to that whole body mudra.
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learned every time I turn
To the
around.
heart.
You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. In the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned to purpose, everything will feel
nice. Let those thighs come together. Those eyes look high. It's amazing. It's a blessing. It's so amazing. And I'm grateful for it all. For it all.
Every day I sit and pray 'cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I get back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a friend or you.
Take it to your level.
Bad things happen, I can just
Oh, we
complain
do
more.
it. We do it.
Things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift. And
All that I am, all that I see,
Everything I hope, and
all
everything I
that I've
dream,
been,
everything I feel, and everything I do.
let's do it again. What? It's so amazing. And I'm grateful for it all. I am. Yeah, stay with me. Yeah, take a step back. A little back. How amazing is it? It's so amazing. Come on back. Come on back. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
And very gently let your eyes look forward through that windshield and let your hands release. And we step out into a fantastic next experience. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back, stepping back into being together. Can't wait to hear how your NIA experience went, whether it was a couple minutes or whether you stayed with us for the whole experience. Go ahead. We'd love to see in the Facebook group, like share, what did you notice about your body? Like what, by moving in pleasure, by being in your body's way, what came up for you? We'd love to hear that. And we talked about a little bit briefly before you began, but there's a way for you to continue this, starting to build this relationship with your body, the relationship through pleasure. Debbie, would you like to share some about that?
Yeah, I would, and I'm going to be so excited to hear people's responses. One of the things that people are always surprised at when they take an online workout, in video or digital format, is the way that we shoot our videos, which is from behind. So you're part of the class. I'm not facing at you, but you're part of the class dancing. And a lot of that reason is because the movements of NIA are very three-dimensional. We go across our body. And so this relational movement really is so much easier to experience when you are actually standing behind the teacher. So that is usually a little unique. And other than that, I think that I'm just excited to hear how people felt in their bodies from this one experience. And I'd say, wow, over the past 35 plus years, my way of sharing this work has been through training teachers like yourself. And I've always dreamed of having another way to share the work, and with the help of technology, that is now possible. So through niatv.fit, I'm able to not only share workouts, I'm also able to share meditations and podcasts and tutorials and workouts that are quite unique to most people. A chair workout, for example, from our Moving to Heal program, and floor play, a whole experience of moving on the floor in pleasure. And the process of going through all of my content, as you can imagine, 40 years of content, and looking at preparing to put this up in two buckets, one for the general public and another one for NIA teachers who get a whole lot more because they're part of our teacher membership. But for the student subscription, I was so excited to be able to put up right out of the gate 25 workouts. So imagine that. You wake up in the morning and you go, you know what? I want to work out. You have 25 different workouts, each one with a different focus. And that's really unique to NIA. Understanding that where you direct your attention and where you focus, that's how you make body and life transformation. And that's how you develop sensory IQ, body literacy knowledge, and tools to actually move better and feel better throughout the day. Because the truth is, how you move on the dance floor, you want to move that way in life as well. So that was really, really exciting to be able to do that. And then to add in extra tutorials and information. For example, the latest routine, and we add new routines, we add new material all the time to NIA TV, is called Wild. And I'll be actually traveling around and doing a tour, and we're teaching our teachers right now the process of learning that work. But with that, there are some extra tutorials. There's an extra workout with me where you focus on the language of NIA, the 52 moves, which is a great way to begin moving if you're not familiar with the language of NIA, or maybe you feel hesitant to do something because of the word choreography. The 52 moves, we do every movement for 60 seconds, and then we change to another move, and you get to dance to this beautiful playlist called Wild. And, you know, I'd say something I'm really proud of as part of the NIA program and the work that we provide on NIA TV and through our teachers is the music. The music is so important. We don't just work with beats and counts, but we work with a variety of music. Beautiful, beautiful artistry of sounds so that the art of movement comes to life at the same time we self-heal and we condition the body. And so everybody's going to, as my gift, is getting the 15-day free trial to experience what's on NIA TV. And then if they love it, they can pay as little as $9.99 a month to have me come into the living room and to have a vast resource of workouts and stimulation and motivation to make movement and health and well-being part of your everyday life.
Okay, so I'm so excited about this, everybody, because I've been doing NIA for a long time. And whenever I talk to people about NIA, I'm like, oh yeah, NIA. Go to you know, look for a local instructor, right? When there's NIA instructors all over the world, but this is like now everyone can do NIA. It's like there's no excuse. There's NIA for everyone. And so when Debbie was, I was checking out NIA TV. So I'm a member of NIA TV. But when I was looking at all the different resources, it's awesome because it's not only just your workout, but it's like there's so much more, right, to help you develop your relationship with your body. So right now you're ending the year, you're beginning a new year, and it's looking like you have 15 days right now. And even if you just decide to do 15 days, it's like you have 15 days to reboot, to begin a whole other relationship with your body, thinking about it in a really different way. Think about that. Like, how would your life be different if you moved with pleasure and you had a relationship of joy with your body? And so thank you so much for the gift. It's right below here. You can click and just for your special gift. So thank you so much, Debbie, for offering this.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think more than ever right now in the world, we need to be doing everything that we can to stay centered, to stay in our body, to release stress, to deal with a lot of the emotional pain that we're all experiencing with what's going on in the world. And movement is the way of the body to help release a lot of that undue stress, and to breathe more deeply, and to stay connected to the source of joy and love and pleasure.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things of Nia that I love is we talk about, through movement we find health, and it's not just physical health, but it's like what you were speaking of before too, right? So enjoy your gift, ladies, and we will be seeing you in the Facebook group and at our next session. So sending much aloha. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Oh, thank you very much for including me. What you're doing is fantastic. And, women coming together to unleash goodness is it's what we need now. So thank you for the invite. I'm really honored to be a part of it.
All right, ladies. See you next time. Aloha.